Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a fun video. So it's not really a RRP video, but it also sort of is. But this video is my IRL writing journey, but it is in Star Stables. So this is my real IRL writing journey, but since I don't show my face on my channel, I wanted to do this in Star Stables. So yeah, let's get into this video. In 2016, I took my first trail ride through the forest. I was just on a pony ride at a stables near my grandparents' house. It was a few minutes long, and that was when I really started to fall in love with horse riding. I had my first riding lesson back in 2016. I had my sneakers and bike helmet. I really didn't know what I was getting into. There was a little barn near our actual house, and they were in a national park, I'm pretty sure. They had a forest where we could go on trail rides for some of our lessons, which was pretty fun. And we went on a lot of winter trail rides when it snowed. I had my first canter and my first fall in the same lesson. It was a few days before my first show, but we'll get to that later. My trainer put me on the lunge line and we cantered on a horse named Coco. And I leaned a bit too far over and, well, I fell off. I laughed it off after I made sure I was fine and got back on. My first show was definitely a really big confidence booster. I got Grand Champion, which I was really proud of. It was just a walk and trot show because I was still a beginner, but we also did poles, and we also learned how to do the emergency dismount at the end just for fun. I moved barns from my first barn to a new barn that was definitely closer and definitely more serious than the other barn. I did my first jumps there as well. I loved going there, and I even did a pony camp there too. My second and third fall were because of me, for sure. My second fall, I was riding this pony princess, and the arena was really full. I was pretty nervous because I never liked cantering with other people so close to me, so I was nervous, resulting in Princess being nervous and making her bolt around the arena, resulting in me falling off. So my third fall was actually a result from a terrible day that day. My first ride after my second fall, it seemed like basically everyone was falling off that day. We already had 2 people fall off and a horse rear before anyone in that lesson got into the arena, so I was definitely nervous about it. But as I was getting ready to ask, another girl doing cross rails near me fell off, so we had to pause. I lost my stirrup somehow, don't know how I did that. So I asked for the canter without my stirrup because I didn't know I had no stirrups, and I kicked really hard, making my horse bolt around the arena again, and me hanging on for dear life. I fell off and just continued the lesson in the barn, grooming some of the horses with my trainer. So my second show was a meh show, and yeah, not that memorable, but also sort of embarrassing. But I got there and I was in 2 classes, walk, trot, canter, and trot poles. I was riding a pony named Star. During the end of the first group, Star started sniffing some poop. Didn't know what was happening, so I was there on Star's back, yelling and crying for someone to help because I thought she was bucking me off somehow. The second part did go well as well. I got 3rd place, I think, in the first class and 2nd place in the poles class, which I'm pretty proud of. So I moved barns to a barn that focused on hunter jumpers, so I was working on being a hunter rider. It was pretty much uphill from there for a little while. I found this amazing horse named Calvin. It was basically a unicorn. I rode a lot of ponies there and worked a lot on my control, my posture, and my jumping. So my trainer had me on Calvin during a jumping lesson, and I did my first ever jumping course. She took a video and I just showed it to the trainer for the IEA team at our barn. So my parents were talking with the trainer for the IEA team, and she asked if I would be okay with joining the team, and we all said yes. My third show was also full of a lot of drama, you could say. It was my first IEA show, and people from different teams were coming there, and it was definitely really nerve-wracking. One horse got colic, and then another horse did, and almost 3 horses got colic that day. So me and my friend had to watch over those horses before our classes. Soon it was my class, and there was only one other person in there. My diagonals were actually all over the place, but somehow I got first place. Pretty much another confidence boost, which I really needed. In 2020, I moved barns to do more dressage. I wanted to try something new, and I never knew that I would love this new discipline more than I did hunters. I found an amazing horse named Abby at the barn, and I loved her. I rode her in most of my lessons and also did most of my dressage work with her. This one was a really funny one. I fell off of Abby actually at the end of our lesson. So I was just resting, I took my feet out of my stirrups, and for some reason was walking with my one hand on the reins. A tractor passed and Abby spooked. So spooking mixed with no stirrups plus one hand on reins equals me falling off. I basically laughed once I got back on my feet. It seemed like no one noticed, but I still gave him a thumbs up and saying that I'm good. At the end of the lesson, it was basically just another way to get off, but a bit more painful. I had my usual lessons during the start of COVID, but then we had to stop because of restrictions, and also we moved. 2021, we moved completely new house, completely new area. We found a barn near us where I could volunteer as well as ride. I had a few lessons, and right now I still ride there, getting back into it after having almost a year off of riding. That was my entire IRL riding journey, and yeah, it has been a long ride. Hope you enjoyed this little peek into my IRL riding life. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to like and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Bye!